Coming up next on KPBS Evening Edition, federal regulators say poor planning and coordination are to blame for last year's big blackout in San Diego. We'll have reaction from SDG&E and consumer advocates.
And May Day protests used to focus on immigration rights, but not this year. Hundreds of people rallied downtown to show solidarity for all San Diego workers. KPBS Evening Edition starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dwayne Brown.
And I'm Amitha Sharma.
Federal regulators say poor planning and a lack of power grid coordination are to blame for last year's big blackout. The outage left San Diego County in the dark for nearly 12 hours last September. It started with a line failure in Arizona, then spread through northern Mexico to parts of Orange County. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission says the cascade could have been avoided if power companies had better communication with each other and use their information more effectively.
San Diego Gas and Electric says the report will help improve overall service in the area. The utility's chief operating officer says SDG&E started working on improving coordination right after the blackout to make sure it doesn't happen again.
I think the more important thing is we've already taken steps, and the balancing authorities have taken steps to have more visibility into each of the systems that are connected together. And so the opportunity for an earlier warning about why our power flow's changing on the system will be more robust, and an opportunity for everyone hopefully to even react more quickly, so that we don't get to that point where you have to rely on a separation scheme between two systems.
In a moment, we'll talk with the utility consumer advocate about today's report.
Protests on the first day of May, or International Workers' Day, used to focus primarily on immigration and labor rights, but not this year. In San Diego, it drew hundreds of men, women, and children to the Civic Center Plaza, where they demanded everything from wage increases to the end to education and health care cuts. They chanted and sat in the middle of 4th and B Street as an act of civil disobedience, while police and other bystanders looked on. Protests like this one were staged across the world today. May Day in the U.S. recalls the 1886 labor clash in Chicago, when a wave of mass strikes for a legal 8-hour workday led to severe beatings of protesters.
I wish that we could just go to the poll and vote and a change would occur.
Hugh Moore joined the Solidarity movement. He's a nurse at a hospital in National City.
The thing that creates change is people involvement, people getting out there, and if it gets to the point where it requires people to sit down in the street and block traffic so that people are aware that the problem exists, then I'm all for that. I want to see that happen.
Larissa Dorman teaches political science at San Diego City College. She came with several dozen students and says it's important to support workers locally.
We know that San Diego is actually in 1912 the place of the free speech fight, one of the major free speech fights that was in favor of workers' rights here in the city. And we know today we have issues for janitors, taxi drivers, people that are working poor in this city that need help and support. And so today I think more than any other time, really, when we see this wealth divide and austerity measures being placed upon our students and everyone else, it's important we stand together in solidarity.
Dorman says students at City College have created the nation's first Workers' Rights Center, where they are trained in labor law to help other students understand what their rights are as workers. San Diego police reported no trouble with the protesters downtown this afternoon, but similar rallies and clashes with police were reported in Oakland, Los Angeles, Seattle, and New York. As we told you earlier, a new federal report says San Diego's big blackout last fall could have been avoided. Amitha and her guests are looking at the findings over at the Evening Edition Roundtable.
The federal report out today finds the worst blackout in San Diego's history was due to poor planning. Michael Shames, executive director of UCAN, joins me to talk about the federal investigation into the blackout. So, Michael, we know that this blackout was triggered by a utility worker at a substation in Arizona who was trying to fix a piece of equipment. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission says that should have never caused the blackout that it did. Why did it?
The regulators pointed to a combination of three factors: bad planning, bad communication, and bad judgment. And those three things, the regulators said, is what contributed to making what should have been a small, isolated instance or event in the desert into a massive electric highway traffic jam throughout Southern California that has effectively shut down Southern California's electric highway.
Just to be clear, the system is built to withstand such an incident.
The regulators made very clear what happened in Arizona should in no way have caused the kind of massive outages that we had in Southern California.
So these three factors that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission outlined as the causes of this blackout: lack of planning, lack of observability and awareness on the day of the blackout. First of all, what does that mean, and who's to blame? Is it the California Independent System Operator, which is responsible for maintaining enough power in the grid, or is it San Diego Gas and Electric? Who is it?
Okay. To the first question, the regulators were essentially saying that the operators who were running the transmission system in each of the utilities throughout Southern California couldn't see what was going on, didn't know what other people were doing. Bad communication. That's what they mean by observability. They were effectively flying blind, and they shouldn't have been. In terms of who's to blame, the regulators decided to put a pox on everyone's house. Rather than pointing a finger at any one utility, it said, all of you were acting like you were on a Simpsons show. You were all acting badly, and you need to get your act cleaned up in time for this to not happen again.
Let's talk about the timing of this. We keep hearing that this region is in for rotating blackouts this summer because San Onofre might still be offline. How critical is adequate planning this summer?
Very, very critical. We literally this summer will have no margin for error. With San Onofre out of commission, we cannot make any mistakes. So we are literally walking on an electric tightrope this summer. And if we are thrown off balance in any way, if any of these kind of problems reemerge during a heat wave that we have, then there will be dire consequences for this region. So we just simply have to have these fixes in place by July.
These fixes, who's in charge of making sure that they happen?
The federal regulators are the ones who are going to be observing and making sure that what they've asked for is done by the various utilities and by the California system operator.
And how confident should San Diegans be that the story is going to be watched quite closely and that we're not going to have even worse blackouts than we might just have if it was only San Onofre that was the problem?
Based upon what we know today, I'm very nervous. And what we'll need to hear all the utilities say is, we've implemented the changes, the reforms have been put into place by July 1. And if we don't hear that, then we have reason to believe that this could be a long, hot, uncomfortable summer.
One thing I'm curious about is that the California Independent System Operator initially said after the blackout that they were going to do an investigation. They were very concerned. They were going to do their own probe, but then they didn't. What do you think about that, and do you know why?
I do, yes. It turns out the California System Operator was one of the people or one of the entities that messed up. There were a number of mess-ups. They were one of them. They couldn't be very well in charge of an investigation into their own mess-ups. So rather than be put in that situation, they deferred to the federal regulators to do the investigation. It was probably appropriate.
So is there any kind of internal house cleaning that we should be expecting at the ISO or anywhere else?
You're not going to see heads roll. You saw a lot of eyes rolling. But I don't think you're going to see people who are being fired. What you're going to see is hopefully a new humility amongst the various system operators, realizing that they aren't the lords and the gods. This is a tricky situation.
Michael Shames, thank you so much for offering us your insight today.
My pleasure.
You expect health insurance to pay for emergencies, but what happens when your claim is denied? Some San Diego hospitals say a big HMO is denying certain claims for one type of emergency care. And we'll have the latest in the water war between San Diego and the Metropolitan Water District. This is KPBS Evening Edition.
Tonight on KPBS at 8. From a poor neighborhood in Cleveland to Olympic glory in Nazi-controlled Berlin, the story of athlete Jesse Owens on American Experience. Then at 9, in the face of the recent crash, can a new science that incorporates human psychology into finance do better? Mind Over Money on Nova. And at 10, shrouded in secrecy and laden with risk, a peek into the world of global high finance on Frontline. All tonight on KPBS.
Hi, I'm Yul Kwan from the new PBS series, America Revealed. Make Wednesdays your destination for exploration. First, see what it takes to survive the first days of life in the wild on Nature. Next, on Nova, can a computer beat the best contestants on Jeopardy? Then, join me for America Revealed and see how we are all part of a new industrial revolution. This Wednesday, PBS is your destination for exploration.
KPBS Evening Edition is made possible by Joan and Erwin Jacobs and by
San Diego's largest private providers of mental health services are having problems with Anthem Blue Cross. They claim the HMO refuses to cover a high percentage of hospital stays for psychiatric emergencies. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg says the situation is affecting access to care.
Between Grossmont Hospital in La Mesa and Mesa Vista Hospital in Kearney Mesa, Sharp cares for more patients with psychiatric emergencies than any other local provider. Sharp Mesa Vista has 7 different units, including an ICU and an area for children and adolescents. Psychiatrist Michael Plopper is the medical director. He says over the past 20 years, Sharp has generally had good interactions with insurance companies, including Anthem Blue Cross. But Plopper says about 2 years ago, Anthem changed the way it reviewed claims. As a result,
we now have more denied days from Anthem Blue Cross than any other payer. We have more hospital stays here that include denied days by the insurance company than all of our other insurance companies combined.
Plopper shared some denial letters from Anthem. In case after case, Anthem Blue Cross either wouldn't pay for the initial hospitalization or a continued stay because the company determined it wasn't medically necessary. Plopper points out he doesn't hospitalize someone unless it's medically necessary. He says about half of his patients come in willingly, with conditions ranging from severe depression to schizophrenia. He says the other half are admitted involuntarily.
They're admitted against their will. And those would be people who meet criteria for a 5150 or a 72-hour hold, in that they represent an immediate danger to themselves, an immediate danger to others, or they're so gravely disabled as a result of their mental illness that they're unable to care for themselves.
Plopper says since 2010, Anthem has denied payment for 539 hospital days, about 1/3 of all days submitted. As a result, he says an increasing number of Sharp doctors are refusing to treat Anthem Blue Cross patients.
We're down to a very few physicians who will take these patients on admission because the utilization management practices are so onerous and so futile that they feel that it's not worth it to them, and they don't want to be in a position of having a patient in the hospital that they're having to say your stay is no longer covered.
A similar situation is happening at Aurora, a psychiatric hospital in Carmel Mountain Ranch. Medical Director Tom Flanagan used to sit on one of Anthem Blue Cross's medical advisory committees, but he resigned 2 years ago when he noticed the insurer began to deny care for a high number of his patients.
I've been increasingly frustrated with the increasingly arbitrary way that the criteria for inpatient care is applied. I've had to send out patients that I've been very worried about, and I lose sleep.
The California Department of Managed Health Care regulates HMOs in the state. Last year, the agency sent a letter to all insurers. It reminded health plans of their obligations to cover emergency psychiatric care. The letter also spelled out the only conditions under which payment and care may be denied. If the health plan reasonably determines that emergency services and care were never provided, In cases where an emergency provider conducted a screening examination and the enrollee should have known that an emergency did not exist, and for post-stabilization services rendered without prior authorization by a health plan. DMHC officials said they haven't received complaints from San Diego providers and can't comment on specific denials of payment. But the California Hospital Association says it's heard lots of complaints and says the law is crystal clear.
The health plans must provide coverage, and the treating physician, not someone on a telephone, makes the determination of the emergency nature of the individual's illness.
Anthem Blue Cross did not agree to be interviewed for this story. In a written statement, spokesman Daryl Ing said, "When the clinical information provided meets the criteria for the requested services, benefits for the requested service will be certified by the utilization reviewer or care manager. When the clinical information does not meet these criteria, the case is sent to a psychiatrist reviewer. If benefits for the requested services are not certified after this review, Anthem has a formal appeals process that a member or the treating professional can initiate." Dr. Michael Plopper says Sharp has recently appealed 366 hospitalization days that Anthem wouldn't pay for. The company reversed its decisions on only 6 of those days, a reversal rate of 1.6%. The average reversal rate for all of Sharp's insurers is 53.8%. Dr. Tom Flanagan says hospitals still provide emergency psychiatric care, even when insurance won't cover it. But he says that care is limited, and patients are usually discharged prematurely.
They may not go home and kill themselves or somebody else, but they may not get their job back. They may not get well enough to even get back to their job. Adolescents may not go to college when they are clearly candidates for college, but because of their drug abuse or depression, they never get to college. And that's the group that we never get to know about, and it's very difficult to measure, but it's happening.
That story from Kenny Goldberg. Sharp says since 2010, it's paid about $500,000 for psychiatric care Anthem Blue Cross wouldn't cover. There's been an ongoing battle between San Diego's Water Authority and Southern California's largest water wholesaler. Amitha has the latest with her guests at the Evening Edition Roundtable.
The fight between San Diego County Water Authority and the Metropolitan Water District is not letting up. MWD recently imposed 2 consecutive 5% rate increases on San Diego. San Diego accuses MWD of overcharges in the tens of millions and of holding secret meetings. MWD calls the claims outlandish. The two are duking it out in the public and in court. UCSD political science professor Steve Erie contributed to the new report, and he's here today to talk about what he found. Steve, this report is billed as an independent analysis by the Los Angeles Economic Development Corporation. Why is water so expensive in San Diego?
Water is so expensive in part because of MWD's rate increases the last 7 or 8 years. But it's also a product, as we go forward, of our own policy decisions. Higher priced Imperial Valley water, our decision to conserve, conservation's a good thing. It costs more. Less revenue, regular fixed costs. And finally, we have a long-delayed emergency storage program that's now kicking in terms of cost. Raising the height, for example, of San Vicente Dam. These things cost. If you want to pay for reliability, fine. Just don't complain about it.
Well, the decision to buy water from the Imperial Irrigation District, that's an attempt by the Water Authority to achieve more independence from MWD. Is that not a good thing?
It may or may not be, if you're willing to pay the price of independence. The problem is that we had a monopoly seller. The Imperial Irrigation District has 75% of the entire state of California's Colorado River water allotment. We were an overeager buyer. I believe we paid too much. And there are other costs. There's this thing called the Salton Sea. There's environmental mitigation. There's economic mitigation. It's just not the supply of water. Plus, we never built our own aqueduct system to get from point A to point B. So there are issues about what is the rent or the charge, right, in terms of using the MWD aqueduct system.
Well, you say that San Diego, one of your criticisms of San Diego is that they haven't spent enough money on building infrastructure. How does San Diego compare to other regions in California?
Well, most of these other areas, particularly, and believe it or not, Southern California is better prepared for drought than Northern California because they're used to average rainfall, so that they're caught short after just a couple of years of drought. We, in a sense, have built a civilization in a semi-arid desert. Many of the other member agencies of MWD built their reliability, their dam, their reservoir system. I come from Los Angeles. They started doing that way back when. We're, in a sense, the laggard, and it costs more if you build later.
There is a plan to build possibly a $2 billion pipeline from Imperial Valley into San Diego to transport water. What do you think of that plan?
Well, who's going to pay for it? And we're going to be moving much less water now than when this idea was floated earlier on in the 1990s when we were talking about 500,000 acre feet of water. It's a very expensive proposition. If you want it, pay for it.
I want to bring it back to this report that you co-authored. It's billed again as an independent analysis. The San Diego County Water Authority, however, doubts that it's independent. In fact, they had this to say. They say the draft report, discovered as part of the California Public Records Act request by the Water Authority, revealed a plan to surreptitiously commission the Los Angeles Economic Development Corporation to produce what the water agencies hoped would be viewed by the media and the public as an independent report. The public records revealed that the consultants were hand-picked for their point of view and that MWD staff worked on the report and helped edit the draft. What do you think of that statement?
Look, the LAEDC has clients for their consulting business. They've been doing this for 20 years. There's always going to be an effort for the clients to try to influence. The LAEDC, I've done 7 reports for them, right, is supposed to have a hands-off relationship and to separate the consultants from the clients. There's a firewall. And the team was carefully chosen. You know, I may be viewed as somewhat biased given my past criticism.
In fact, you are. They say that, look, you were hired as an expert witness by MWD in litigation against the Water Authority, and that you're not unbiased. What do you say to that?
Yeah, but then I'm also biased against the City of L.A. because the State Lands Commission hired me as an expert witness against the City of L.A. in a port lawsuit. You know, being an expert witness doesn't mean all you're doing is opining on things that you claim to know about. That's not consulting. Look, the team that was put together, Greg Freeman, who was then the Vice President of Economic and Policy Consulting at LAEDC, has done several of these reports. Ted Groves, an esteemed senior professor of economics at UCSD. Vlad Kogan, right, one of our top graduate students, right? And we use just public records.
Very quickly, is court the only avenue for resolution here? 15 seconds.
It should be. This is a business dispute. The Water Authority has hired a very high-priced criminal defense attorney to turn it into a crime scene investigation in the court of public opinion.
And we have to end it there. Professor Erie, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
You're welcome.
It's a little easier to get around Mission Bay tonight. The story in a moment. This is KPBS Evening Edition.
I'm Gwen Eiffel on the next news hour. The latest on the blind activist who escaped house arrest in China. That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
Next time on Doc Martin, Martin and Louisa are still at odds.
Your mother couldn't care less about our baby.
Oh, but you could. A man is about to leave his son and move hundreds of miles away for the sake of his career.
Bert and Al are in trouble with a loan shark.
You make sure you're there. You've lost all our money and we're going to go bankrupt.
And Morwenna assists Martin in emergency surgery.
I don't mind giving it a go if you talk me through it.
Don't be ridiculous.
Doc Martin.
Thursday at 9 on KPBS.
The American people have named PBS the most trusted source of news and public affairs for the 8th year in a row. Trust. The American people have spoken. Thank you.
A new bridge connecting Mission Bay Park and Pacific Beach has finally opened. The Mike Gotch Memorial Bridge is for pedestrians as well as bicyclists. It connects the De Anza Cove area to Campland by the Bay. The City Transportation Department says it's part of a growing pathway around Mission Bay.
Really trying to keep people over here by the water as opposed to Grand Avenue, which is such a busy thoroughfare. Before, bicyclists and pedestrians had to make a detour between the golf course and the Mission Bay Yacht Club, taking them up onto that really busy stretch of Grand. Not as safe as we would have liked it.
The project cost $2.9 million. The bridge is named for the late Mike Gotch, who died from skin cancer in 2008. He was a San Diego councilman and assembly member who helped with the Bay's master plan.
Tonight in our public square, a San Diego Superior Court judge says she's shocked the San Diego City Attorney's Office excluded 2 gay people as potential jurors in a case involving same-sex marriage. 6 people are being tried for allegedly blocking the operation of the county clerk's office during a protest in 2010. Attorneys for the defendants accused city prosecutors of deliberately excluding gay people from the jury pool, and Judge Weber agreed. She dismissed the entire jury panel, but prosecutors say the case isn't about anyone's rights. They say it's about disrupting the county clerk's office. What do you think? Do you agree with the city attorney's explanation? You can weigh in on the conversation by following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook, and of course, you can email us. And now Dwayne has a recap of tonight's top stories.
Federal energy regulators blame inadequate planning and a lack of grid coordination on last fall's power blackout in San Diego County. The outage started with the loss of a single transmission line in Arizona and quickly affected millions of people in Southern California and Mexico. Regulators say it shows the need for better communication between major utilities and smaller operators. A coalition of labor groups, students, and Occupy San Diego activists rallied for worker rights downtown today. They blocked 4th and B Street for a short time, sitting in front of 3 banks before moving on to the rally in Civic Center Plaza. You can watch and comment on any of the stories you saw tonight on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. We leave you with a look at the forecast.